This is the second in a three-part series on design intelligence. If you haven't seen my previous two videos, I'll post the link in the description below. And while each episode stands on its own, I think it's helpful to have it in the context of the larger discussion. Today, I want to focus on process intelligence. Too often, we've let our process be defined by the tools that we use. While tools certainly can limit the work that we do, they shouldn't define it. I got this Swiss Army knife when I was 16 years old in Salzburg, Austria. At the time that I got this was the biggest one that they had. It had all the bells and whistles, and I still love it, but if I have to be honest, it's not all that practical. Most of the time, there's a single tool that's far superior to a multi-tool. While it's handy to have a small screwdriver or a saw, there's very few cases where I'd grab my Swiss Army knife over a traditional saw or screwdriver. In the last few years, we've seen a race to have the best end-to-end design platform. Usually, each platform has some things that they do very well, but like my Swiss Army knife, most of the REST experience is merely good enough. While it can be nice to have everything all in one place, there's many cases where there's specific tools that are better for given application. The other issue with an end-to-end workflow is that it impacts the people that we collaborate with. In order to be as efficient as possible, they all require full participation. Product, design, and engineering all have their own tools competing for this overlapping territory, which causes friction in the process, as each team has their own preference for the tools that they would like to use. Often, this comes at the cost of additional time and effort from participating teams. Process intelligence allows teams to choose the best tool for each individual job. It can also allow teams to build a workflow agnostic of tools. For many teams that I talk to, the drive towards the design platform is all about visibility. But what if there was a better way? What if you could allow teams to use the tools that they do their best work in and still retain visibility and transparency? At the end of the day, we're all working towards the same goal. In many ways, it's like building a community garden together. No one needs to own the space. Individually, we all own it collectively. But when it comes to the tool landscape, we often find teams siloed with design tools, product tools, engineering tools. And the downside of this approach is that it involves teams doing a lot of rework, which is extremely costly. I propose that we create a middle ground, a community garden, if you will, but it requires a few set of guidelines. Idea number one, no one owns this space. It belongs to all of us. Idea number two, it should be easy for everyone to see, access, and collaborate together. Idea number three, it should be easy to update and track changes for all of those involved. Idea number four, while not evergreen, information collected should be easily searched and referenceable. And idea number five, no one has to participate, but should they choose to opt out, we should easily be able to pull pertinent and current information into our shared space. This is exactly why we've created our new product, Notebooks. If you're curious or just a little skeptical, I'd like to invite you to come try it out. Go to abstract.com and click Try Notebooks. I look forward to your feedback. Help us build a better community garden together.